Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, the girl Kestra, and I'm back with another awesome video for you guys. And today's video is going to be my enlisting in the military experience. I'm going to be going over what branch I chose. We're going to be going over where I've been at in the process, where I'm at in the process right now, and just everything going on with my military. My last video that I made military related was basically me just telling you guys why I decided to join the military and everything along those lines. I did not give even the branch that I was considering. I didn't give you guys like weekly updates because it was just a long drawn out process, and I'm finally not even done with the process. I'm in a different stage of the process now, but I'm going to show you everything I need to show you in this video right now. Everything I need to tell you. So let's get started. So number one, what branch did I choose? I chose the Army. I knew I was gonna consider the Army kind of early on in the process, but I always had a little like part of me was like join the Air Force. But then I was like, no, the Army is better for me and for my lifestyle and for and the goals that I want to achieve. So I scratched that idea. And also my mom was heavily trying to get me to go to the Air Force. She thinks it's safer, which I don't see how any part of the military is safer than the other, except like maybe the Coast Guard. But like the Air Force, the Army, the Marines, they're all going to go to combat eventually, or that's part of the goal of their organization. So I chose the Army. Now, what component of the Army did I choose? There are 3 different components of the Army. There's active duty, there's reserves, and there's National Guard. Now, in the beginning, I was going between reserves and National Guard. And the reason why I was going between those two is because I still am in college and I still want to get my degree in a timely fashion. And going active duty just wouldn't allow that. And also going, so I decided between National Guard and reserves. Originally, I was all down for the reserves. Reserves is good for people, in my opinion, who are not really looking for college but looking for the military. They don't want to go full time, but they still want to serve, but they don't necessarily care about like the entire college benefits. So since one of my main reasons of going was the college benefits, I decided to scratch out the Army Reserves. Now, throughout this whole process, I was talking to 2 Army Reserve recruiters and 1 National Guard recruiter. The 2 Army Reserve recruiters, honestly, they really didn't help at all. They just gave me like general information about the Army, about the military, but they didn't really help. Like my first one, let me give you a little story time. My first one, he met up with me. He took me to get my tape measurements because, I'm an overweight for Army military standards. I weigh too much. So I had to get taped. At that time, when I got taped from him, I was 43.3% body fat. So I wasn't able to go. You have to be 30 or below, preferably below 30% body fat, at least for females and at least for the Army. You have to be at least 30% body fat. So I stopped communicating with him, never talked to him since that day. I probably talked to him like once or twice about the is.If, and then we just cut communication. Then fast forward to a couple months later, I'm about to go back to college for the fall semester. And basically, I decided to walk into another Army recruiting office and tell them like my plans and get the process rolling for me to go for the second semester, which is basically now. So I did all that. I got in contact with this guy. He was, in the beginning, he was really good. He was like texting back pretty fast, communicating with me all the time, giving me encouragement about like losing the weight and all that. And that's exactly what. And then he just fell off the face of the earth. He stopped returning my phone calls and my text messages. I even called his office, couldn't get in contact with them. They were just giving me like bogus excuses. And honestly, I think it was because I was overweight. So then I get in contact with my 3rd and final recruiter, who was the best recruiter. He really helped me in every stage of the way. And that is why I'm able to go to the Army now. So basically, I got in contact with this National Guard recruiter through my school. He was honestly the first recruiter that I contacted, but I never like met him in person and never really worked with him because originally I was going to go reserves, not National Guard. So it made more sense for me to not really communicate with him if that wasn't my goals. So when I switched from then I made the switch from reserves to National Guard, and I started contacting with them. By that time, this recruiter was getting the ball rolling. He signed me up for the ASVAB. He had he met with me. He helped me. He gave me tips and tricks on how to get my weight down and exercise and all that. And then about, I would say, like a month or two of us really like communicating all the time, he decided to come. He got me to take the ASVAB, which I passed on the first time. I didn't get a pretty high score or nothing, but enough to qualify for one of the 4 jobs that I wanted. So I was like, it's cool, I'm going to just take it. So I accepted that score, and then he was like, let me come here with you, let me do your tape measurements to see if you're down, because you already passed the ASVAB. If you pass these tape measurements, then you can just go to MEPS. So I was like, okay. So he came to my house, we did the measurements, and basically at that time I was like 27%. He was like, okay, you're well under where you need to be of 30%. You're going to MEPS on Monday. I'm gonna come get you on Sunday. You're gonna MEPS Monday. So literally he was like, okay. From the moment he got contact with me, he signed me up for the ASVAB, did my tape measurements, took me to MEPS. So MEPS was the most scariest and intimidating process of this whole thing besides basic training. So I'm basically gonna give you a full in-depth video on my MEPS experience after I film this one. I'm gonna probably film that one next, because is more further into the process. So after that, I went to MEPS, passed that obviously because I'm here right now doing this video, and that is basically my listing experience up until MEPS. The MEPS experience, like I just said, will be in the next video, where I can give more in depth on like what we have to do at MEPS, what they're looking for, and basically how to pass the system. So I'm going to tell you everything in the next video. Bye for now.